things we know about normal aging.
There will be times when you forget things, but you can eventually come up with it.
You should be able to recall it at some point. Absolutely.
And the processes just start slowing down.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's not like they're gone, it's just slower.
Right. Absolutely. So you're running on you were on a a 19 whatever Mac, and then there is a new model, but you're running on the slower one. I mean, and it's and it takes a minute, like that thing, and you can't buy a new one. You got to work with the one you have. Two things about not normal aging.
Lack of filter.
And you know that from your book, it's physical damage, it's physical changes in the wiring. I mean, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff is actually gone.
It's not coming back.
And it's not coming back.
And so, as a caretaker, is there any reason to get mad? Absolutely. I mean, and I think that was a really good aha for me. Honestly, when you look at those pictures, and it's like saying your limb is missing. I'm not going to ask you to use that limb, and it's missing.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good comparison.
You know? And I think that's really frustrating at times, because we wouldn't ask anybody else that was having a different kind of disease to do something they couldn't do. How do we get data?
Visual.
Auditory. Sensory.
Taste.
Smell and taste.
Yeah, smell and taste. And which one do we not start with?
Touch.
That's
Sensory.
right. We're not starting with that guy. We're not going to, and honestly, minimize the
Diarrhea of the mouth.
minimize the words. Exactly. Two things you're now thinking about people living with dementia and why they might be behaving, talking, thinking, or acting like they do. Two things you now are thinking about people living with dementia and why they. I don't like the way that question is.
Yeah.
But it's basically when you think of people with dementia, do you think differently about why they do some of the things they do as opposed to before we watched these videos and talked about this stuff?
Yeah.
Think about the number of things they can process at a time. What normal is 5 to 8.
Right.
And I think even the reduced visual field is
That
really
is
something. I wasn't really aware of that, but that makes explains a lot of reactions to things that's really going on.
And they're not having any concept of safety.
Right.
Anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brain has lost that, so.
Because you always think as you get older, you get smarter that way. That you wouldn't jump off of something that you normally could have done as a kid because you think, oh, I'll break some. Like our grandkids couldn't understand why we wouldn't go ice skating with them when they were out on the ice. But a person with dementia might have tried it.
Absolutely. All right, so let's for our last thing before we do our little quiz or whatever, let's do hand under hand one more time. I'm actually going to come around and do it with you guys. So
Are you the patient or the caregiver?
I'm the patient because you guys are practicing your new skill that you've learned. Who wants to start? All right.
Hi Alice, how are you?
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Is there anywhere you want to go? Can I help you with anything?
I want to play bingo.
Okay, well let's go
All
down
right,
the
let's
hall.
play bingo. Good, yeah. You had a good we're going this direction with the
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Anything to critique on? Is there anything you did wrong in that?
Well, she drew me into the hand thing.
You
helped me with.
Yeah. Well, and the other
So that's
thing is
not a natural thing for.
right. His
Yeah.
hand was up high, but David's tall, and guess what? Dementia patient doesn't care that he's tall. you have to work with them. That would be my thing is that, cause you're much taller than I am, my hand was up high. I mean, it's just something you have to practice and do
Yeah,
over and over
yes.
again. She says, Tipa says to do it 5 minutes a day, and it'll become more
Mhm.
natural. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hi Alice, how are you
Hi,
today?
I'm
Good
good.
to see you. Yeah, well, would you like to go for a walk with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we going? Let's smoke a cigarette.
We're-
I do not smoke, by the way.
no cigarettes.
Yeah, I don't like
That was good. I mean, I think too, one of the things that Tipa says too is, smiling, compliment somebody on something, give them a minute, we're doing these really fast.
Yes.
But the thing is that, and I don't even know if we talked about this, but how everybody's kind of coming to the side. The whole goal of coming to the side is that, first of all, I got out of your way, so you have an opportunity to get away from me. And don't forget that, hey, some processing. I mean, we're smiling, we're cordial, we're making this work. But you want to give people a second to decide, do I want to go with you? Who are you? You know what I mean? Where am I at? Exactly. All right, you ready, Henrietta?
Yes.
All right.
Hi, Alice.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Let's go down and have a bite to eat.
Okay.